If you're a fan of Liza P, I may have some news that might interest you coming from Neowiz's fiscal year 25 Q3 earnings report that came out yesterday. Firstly, looking at the pipeline section, you may notice that the Liza P sequel is no longer being roughly slated for 2026, as it had been in past earnings reports. Again, dates in these are generally just loose estimates unless it's giving a hard date. They are very likely to change, so this is unsurprising, and as I've said in the past, that estimates seem to be very aggressive, especially with some of the rumored growth of scale for the sequel, with online play and a more open world looking possible according to job openings. I think it's very likely we won't see a Liza P sequel before 2027 at the absolute earliest, but there's a great possibility that we'll get an announcement of some sort at this year's Game Awards. Back to the pipeline, I think the more interesting bit of news here, to me anyways, is this new entry, new project by Kay Lee, with soulslike RPG listed as the genre. So, who is Kay Lee? Well, Kay Lee appears to be more of a nickname given in the English version of the report, and is not very searchable. But if you look at the Korean version of the report, you'll get his full name and some better results. Unsurprisingly, most of what you find is going to be in Korean. This is Kay Lee, fantasy novelist, game dev, producer, and director. I'll drop some links in the description if you want to check out his previous works. Maybe you'll recognize some of it. He started working for Round8 Studio in April 2024, and has been noted to have been working on some project for them, which we now know is a Souls-like RPG. So yes, before you start barking at your screen because Neowiz is just the publisher and Round8 Studio actually made Liza P, this appears to be a Round8 Studio game. You're also not nitpicking hard enough. Round8 Studio has been quietly growing over the past few years and is actually separated into different development teams. You have Team Nuff, who you may recognize made Liza P, Team Overwhelm, who was working on the previously announced survival action game, Team Tabby, who was working on that life sim game there, and now you have Team Full Cult, who is Kay Lee's team, working on this new Souls-like. So, what will this game be about? Well, we don't have a ton of information yet, but we do know from a Kay Lee tweet a couple of weeks ago promoting a job listing for this game. This game is unrelated to Liza P, so it seems it will be a new IP. It's a different team, different director, and a different world, but from the job listing it looks like they're trying to make a game with intense action, intellectually engaging narrative, and an aesthetically meaningful art experience, which sounds great to me. This game seems to be a long ways off yet, but Round8 Studio has bought some good faith from me with Liza P, so I know I'll be keeping an eye out for information about this new project.